Gundam.tk presents AG Genoace. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs, 2Bs from YouTube and Gundam.tk, and you've already seen the review of the high-grade Genoace on my channel, perhaps. But anyway, now it's time to take a look at the advanced grade of the same mobile suit. This kit first went on sale in 2011. It sells for 600 yen, as you can see there, and in the advanced grade line, and there's the pilot, it's number 3 in the series, which is 1/144th scale, similar to high grade, just lower quality and price. So even though I already have the high grade that's spinning around here, the reason why I picked up the advanced grade is A, just to complete the AG set, but the other reason being is that I figured these kind of kits, they do a very good job of building up your army. So going back to the Jim or the Zaku 2s, who wouldn't want to have a whole army at them, because you're getting them at less than cover price when you're buying them in stores. And that's something else to keep in mind, is that all of these AGs are bought for me, impulse buys, they're right in front of your face, they cost less than a Big Mac meal. So if you're ordering them online, you may have a completely different perspective as to which one of these is worth the money. To the side of the box, and even though I don't play the game, I can see there that the cost and hit points for the Genoace are pretty low. This is also painted by a pro. I don't think any of that gray is going to show up once you actually put this thing together. Here's a rear view, and they show off the weapon there, the beam spray gun, which was oh so not effective in the first episode. It talks here about the Genoace's role as the Earth Federation's main mobile suit. Here's the pilot, Ragan Drace, and anyway, he was the pilot who was laid up in the first episode, which allowed Flit to go do his thing, and there you're going to get one card if you wanted to play the Gundam Tri-Age game. The other side just shows off the game that you can go play in supermarkets by actually taking your advanced grades and putting them down. But of more interest here, you've just got the block build system. The Genoace is going to be a lot more interesting than, let's say, the Genoace Custom, which was all white, because hopefully this use of layers is actually going to lead to a pretty pleasant final product, despite the fact that it doesn't have a very high cost. Inside the box, you're going to have a single bag. The manual is there on the bottom, and you're going to have white, pink, a clear blue part, and the gauging chip along with the card. Inside the box, you've got directions on popping these parts out without parts. Here's the extra accessories you can go buy, including your own age device, the plates showing 2 white ones and the pink one and the clear blue, and a whole bunch of small print and the order form if you're missing parts. Looking at the manual itself, you'll see there's 3 parts there for the head, and then you're going to use the block build system to put all sorts of colors and layers onto the chest, including the gauging chip. The arms are just going to be 1 shoulder on top of 2 parts. You do have a separate weapon there, and the legs are going to be pretty straightforward, just 3 pieces, which combine into this ferocious mobile suit. The A1 and A2 plates here are separated, and you'll notice that there's some parts missing over here on the A2 plate, which are probably different for the Genoace Custom. Here you're just going to have the legs, the chest, and what you need to make up the white parts that go into the chest along with the arms, and its oh so effective beam spray gun. The B plate is going to show again that this was designed in tandem with the Genoace Custom, as of course it should be. Here's going to give you the pink parts, including the shield and the feet and the parts you need for the chest, and you can see here that this head is completely unique as they've got the mold lines. This was added on and very different from the Genoace Custom, which would have had its unique head down somewhere else. Originally, I wouldn't have expected to see clear parts like this in the advanced grade with their very, very low cost, but Bandai was clever and had this CL1 for clear 1. It's different from the CL2 and the Genoace Custom, but this will work on both the high grade and the advanced grade and really adds a lot of visual oomph to it for a kit that has no seals. This is the kind of thing that actually makes it look good on a shelf. Here's the card with some pretty good art that gets a little bit covered up when it's on the cover. The beam spray gun is its main weapon down there. And here's the gauging chip, and you can make out its number in the series there, 003. So the machine in the supermarket will read this and then react accordingly. When he's all put together, the AG Genoace is actually going to be pretty cool, only because it's got a bunch of colors and a bunch of color variations that you usually wouldn't expect in a 1/144th kit of this size and quality. And I'm talking about having different colors there in the legs, but but it especially comes across there on the waist section, the way that one simple piece can give you so many different colors. Combined with the clear blue on the mask, he actually looks pretty sharp for 600 yen. Mobility, however, is completely constrained as the legs don't move other than to split apart there at the seams, and the arms are going to go around, which means the shield is only effective if it's up like that, and he can bring his blaster forward. Height comparison now, compared to the Age 1 normal here, he is pretty much identical in height, although it looks certainly a lot more filled out, especially thanks to the legs and those big bulky shoulders. However, he's nowhere near as bulky as the AG Gafran, which also has those two colors in it and a huge advantage in terms of height, especially with the fin on. Next to his improved model, the Genoace Custom here, also in AG, he's going to win the battle in terms of color. In terms of length of weapon, at least this guy's got a bayonet stuck on the end, whereas they both have equally thin pancake ones. And remember, Wolf doesn't come with any sort of marking other than his face mask. That's different, but no personal mark, so no difference there. Next to the HG, of course, you can see that it's going to be a lot more dynamic, although in the lower body, you don't really actually see all that many color differentiations. No gray shows down there for the knees, although you see it on the hips and the waist, and those little tiny bits up there on the shoulder, which are seals down below and actual plastic parts up there. But otherwise, outside of that white strip that's missing under the blue one, color-wise, this is going to win, although in terms of every other category, of course, the high grade is going to be worth paying double the price for. In terms of posing, you can bring the shield forward, no mark to show off, you'd have to bring it up pretty high for it to be useful. And yes, that's about it, just bring the gun forward. My final verdict on the kit, the one that's actually spinning into view here, is going to be pretty positive for a couple simple reasons. One just being the colors. When you put this kit together, little tiny things like putting that one piece on the front and getting 3 different colors, separate points, it looks like, out of what is actually just one piece covering up another. I think it looks fantastic and well planned from Bandai from day one, something that the Genoace Custom is missing, as is things like the Zetas. The other big thing that's this guy's advantage is just the fact that he's a grunt suit, and if you're going to have grunt suits, even though in the anime we haven't seen it out there to the same kind of numbers that the Gym has been, in the future I'm hoping we're going to see the Age 1 Titus and whatever suit Wolf is flying in, or just the Age 1 in general, leading a whole bunch of these off to go in a massive invasion of the UE, and of course having some AGs on your shelf would certainly let you recreate that a lot better. So the colors and the fact it's a grunt means this may be worth your 600 yen if you're not paying exorbitant amounts to import it. However, it's got the same drawbacks as all the other advanced grades, from thin weapons to very few different things, no posability, so you'll have to make that call. But that's just me, Robert184. Why don't you let me know your opinion of the mobile suit, the pilot, and this kit and video with a comment down below. Always great to hear from you, and stay tuned for lots more reviews of high grades, advanced grades, master grades, and everything else from Age in between. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya.